Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is round 5 of my Gr.2 Monday Night League of LB Racing Series, racing for SLM, Shadowline Motorsport. All the links will be down in the description. But the race is underway here. I did flick through the grid. I have chose to start on the hard tyres here, as Raceload would be on the soft, and he instantly sends it down the inside of turn 1 as I get a nice switchback here. Almost a identical move to what happened last race, as Delox is pushing Raceload almost around this long right-hander here, as Raceload's going to have still a bit of a run with a much grippier tyres, as I go a little bit deep there with Lino behind lagging all over the place as I go defensive into this hairpin. Raceload give me a little bit of a bump here with causing a concertina effect as we get about halfway through the lap here. Obviously, me being on the much less grippier tyres, this race is a requirement of a soft and hard tyre usage. So everyone in this race having to use both tyres. So there's a bunch of different strategy here. Half the grid is on soft, half the grid are on hard. So as Racer gives me another bit of a bump here on lap 1, coming around the last section of the track. This is the GP circuit of the Catalonia, so we're going to have this little chicane here, really technical, hard path to get right, as Restore's going a much wider line, getting a much better exit from the corner, to be honest, as we come on to the long straight coming across the start finish line, as Restore's going to be tucked in the slipstream nice here, going to be gaining all the way down. If he thinks about it, he's going to make the move. Will he make it stick this time? He makes the apex, he makes the corner really nice. It was a nice move, to be honest. Raceload now in P1. Obviously, me not wanting to harm my race too much, I didn't really go defensive here. I didn't want Lino to overtake me as well, as he is also on the soft tyres here and lagging all over the place. So I know Raceload and Lino here are going to overtake me, and they're going to disappear for a little bit, but they will come back to me at the later in this race, I mean. We're taking a much tighter line through the straight here. Lino still lagging all over the place as we come up to this fast right-hander to come onto the back straight here. Lovely corner there. On hard tyres, down to third, short shifting up to fourth, with Lino all over my bumper here. As me, Lino and Raceload have pulled a nice gap away from the field here. So we're quite comfortable. I'm happy with the strategy I'm on right now. If I can keep anywhere close to these two, I'm in a great shot for winning this race, and I know this, so I'm almost not playing it safe, but I'm almost keeping it on track here as we come through this technical part, back onto the start finish line straight, with Lino still on my bumper here, so he might make a move going down into T1, but I'm not going to fight it that much, as I know it's only going to harm my race if we go side by side here. So it's just costing us both time as he jumps all over the track here. He's going, I don't really know where he is at this point. The joys of sim racing as he pulls off into the distance there. But I know they'll come back to me later on, so I'm just going to keep racing my own race here. Not get distracted by Lino glitching all over the track here. Coming into the left hairpin, down to second gear, trail blinking nice and long, back on the power as soon as you can. Going up to this left-hander, it's a really hard left-hander to get right, as Lino and Raceload just disappear into the distance a little bit more and more every corner. As we come onto the back straight here. Coming into the last section of the track, Lino going a bit wide here, or not, don't really know. He's all over the place as we're going to skip ahead here. Coming back through this technical left-hander, back onto the back straight. We're on lap 5 now, so as you can see, coming onto this back straight here, Lino is catching Raceload, even though they're on the same strategy here. So At this point, I'm probably hoping they fight. They hope they lose time because we're fighting Delta, not them right now. We are hoping to stay as close as we can to them before they pit, just to get that offset. Obviously, them, Racelord and Lino both going for the undercut here. So my main focus here is just to not lose any time at all, and hopefully, just hopefully, when I pit, I come out in front of Gavsky, who is just behind me here. As you can see in the top right, me, Gavsky, and Racelord have pulled a marginal gap here as we skip on just ahead of the lap. As we come back through onto this back straight, as you can see ahead, Lino is right on the back of Racelord here, which is great for me if they don't work together. As you see, they're side by side there. As I'm coming along the straight, Racelord goes really deep there as we don't really know where Lino is. I will skip back there just so you can see that move as Racelord makes a mistake coming onto the straight. Lino goes side by side around the outside as Racelord goes really deep there. And okay, Lino making a great move, let's say. Um, the lag switchback, so to speak, as we catching Racelord here as his tyres are probably dead at this point. As we're coming around the last section, we'll probably see Racelord pit here as he's losing loads of time. So as Racelord's going into the pit here, I'm right behind him. So I know I'm in a great spot right now. I know I've made up on hards what Racelord's made on soft. So I know I'm in a great spot here as Lino goes around for another lap. As you can see in the bottom left, his front left tyre is dying of death. Let's just say that as we come into 10 minutes into this race. No sign of rain here in Spain, as there never is. As you can see, Racelord dropping down the pack there as he makes his pit stop. Racelord also with the fastest lap, 1:34.3, as we jump on board with our teammate who has got front aero damage. Don't know what from, but Foxy Dev here is completely on the back of Mario here, as this might be a move coming down into T5, I believe. Beats him on the brakes. Great move for Foxy. As we go down the order to Kikela, Racelord, Gabsky, Riano, and Johnny. As Ryan on the hards, Kikela on the hards, Johnny on the hards. So am I on the hard. As you can see, we're gaining time on Lino, so he's definitely closer than he was last lap. So we're probably going to see him come into the box here as we're about a second, 2 seconds behind him. So I know I'm still in a great position here as we go a bit wide coming into this technical part. Does Lino box? Surely he does. Lino's in the box, so we're out in clean air now. We've got all the track to ourselves. We've got no traffic. We're just going to push to the absolute limit at the end of this stint now. We are full push till we box. No worry about fuel. Skipping a couple of laps here. Put in a 1:35.9 and a 1:36.5. So still on pace. But tyres are starting to drop off now. Tyres or talent, I'm not sure which one. But as we come around this last section here, sure I'm going to box this lap. Coming around the technical part one more time on these hard tyres. As do we box them? Yes, we box here. So let's see how many positions we can lose as we jump on board with Deluxe here. Coming around the last section, he's going to overtake us as our teammate is behind him, who is on the hard, still nursing that damage. So he's doing very well to be on a podium here. Jump on board with Foxy as we're going to be coming out the pits right about now. As we jump on board, are we going to be missing this traffic as Richard teammate passes us as Foxy is just alongside as we are going to get past here. We just made it out in the nick of time. So we're only losing one position here on track, which is my teammate, which helps me to be honest, because He's not going to battle us much here. He's not going to put up much of a fight. So as we jump on back on board, you can see, well, not quite yet, but you will see the tire degradation. I will be catching Rich every corner here. I could just send it in with so much more speed, got on the throttle a lot earlier. So we're going to be looking for a move on this back straight here as we take this left-hander in third, as we were down to second on hard tires, as we're taking this right-hander in fourth, as we're down to third in hard. As you can see, the run we got on Rich as Rich pulls over to the left and lets us by, and we tap the hazard and say thank you very much, as we got the clean track ahead of us again on the chase of D-Locks. D-Locks not pitting yet, so as we're just halfway through the race, 18 minutes in, so another 12 minutes to go here as we're using our fresh softs as much as we can here. We're going to push for these next couple of laps. We have technically gone for the undercut here. We're doing half the race on hards, half the race on softs, so we know our softs are going to be dead by the end of this race. As Foxy behind us is still on the hards, is not pitted, as D-Locks in front is on the same strategy, going long on the hards, so we know we're in a good spot here. There's nothing, well, we have it all to lose, so we're just going to keep it on track, play it safe. After these couple of laps, I am going to push like mad for these 2 laps. Honestly, just for the fastest lap. I know I have less fuel from race load at this point. Race load with the fastest lap at 34.4. I know I have less fuel than him, so I'm going to be absolutely sending it on this lap as they're hooking up really nicely this lap and the next lap. Just to give a little spoiler here as we come onto the back straight, come into the last section of this lap, as we are purple up by 2.66 tenths. So we are hoping to get past this lap here as we come around this long right-hander, coming into the technical part of the track, which I felt really strong at. Taking this in third gear, down to first, short shift into third, coming out onto the straight start line, start finish straight as D-Locks comes into the pit there. So we went purple by 7 tenths. Great lap there, as we are now in massive clean air. So we are going to be pushing for one more lap just to keep that gap. And then after that, we are going to be tire saving for the rest of this race, just to make it to the end, because I know these tires are going to be dying of death when it comes to the end of this race. So we're just going to take it nice and easy, but absolutely pushing for this lap, just to keep that gap. As you can see in the top right, I'm coming into the T9 here, as everyone else is coming into T8. So doing well here. Got a couple seconds gap coming onto the back straight, as we are going to skip a couple of laps here as I go purple again, as we skip on to lap 17. So as you can see in the right hand side of your screen there, I have the first 2 laps were out on soft. We've done 33.6s, and now we're properly nursing our tires. As you can see, we got 4 minutes left of this race and half of our softs are gone, so we've done well here as our lap times we're 3 or 4 seconds slower than we were at the beginning, so saving our tires a lot here. But as you can see in the top right, we have a big gap to Lino in second here, so we have lots of time to play with. So we're just going to keep saving tires for the rest of this race now, just to make sure we reach the end now. Braking as much as I can in a straight line and carrying a bit less speed through these turns, just to make sure, as we come onto the back straight here. Gonna skip another 1 or 2 laps, as nothing really happens here except me saving my tires. As you can see, we're on lap 18 and my lap time just still going worse. So this is the penultimate lap of the race. Just gonna keep my lap times nice and high. Don't need to worry about it. Just looking at the tires, just making sure they make it to the end. So I know I'm gonna make it to the end of this point, coming on to the final lap. So we're gonna push for this last lap here because, why not? As we come round onto the start finish line for what will be the last time, as we are heading onto the last lap here with just enough tires to make us to the end. So braking at the blackboard there, turning right, turning left, turning right again, onto the little bit of a straight here, fourth gear, as we come around all of these turns for the last time, coming into the long right-hander. Lovely corner this as we hook it up quite nicely again, nice rotation. As we are just pushing here, but in the back of my mind, I want to keep it on track, so we're not full tilt here. I know the tires are dying of death, so probably drop it on the second here, hold second for a long time, just to scrub a bit of speed off, just so I don't make that mistake. Coming onto the back straight, as we still have a good gap here. Spain being one of my favorite tracks, it's a great track, especially in these cars. It's a very grippy racetrack, so you could really throw these cars around here. Lots of trail braking, loads of speed, and this technical part really hard in these cars. They're really powerful cars, so I will be glad to be taking this the last time as we come round the last corner to take it. Round 5, I believe, Spain Gr.2 series. All the links will be down in the description if any of you are interested in joining any of these races. But as you can see there, Lino in second, Racelo third, the championship contender, Gabski fourth, Deluxe fifth, Foxy sixth, Kikela seventh, and my teammate Rich eighth. Good race there. I enjoyed. Hope everyone else did. Thank you all. See you in the next.